So just taking some deep, slow inhales and exhales, as if you could breathe into the bottoms of your feet, settling into your own body as I do the same, and then we'll begin. Finding any tension in the body, allowing yourself to rest, relax, and unwind. Invoking the energies of the earth, allowing these to rise and meet your feet, grounding any excess energy in the nervous system. Just one layer deeper, finding any tension in the body, even if it requires you in releasing it to slouch, whatever feels most comfortable just for right now. Just commanding and requesting that we are brought into deeper 0 point, clearing out any low level anxiety in the system. Any free floating worries, doubts, concerns, asking that these be resolved to completion now. And connecting with Source, allowing Source to fill the space that's been made with unconditional love and light. And just speaking out to yourself. It is commanded and requested that my soul's confidence fill my bones. Thank you, it's done. Show me. As this energy is coming in, it can bring up sorrow. So it's funny to like call in the energy of our soul's confidence, and on doing so, feeling sorrow, sadness, anything, idea, sense of being where we feel unworthy. Commanding and requesting that your soul's direct connection to source clear, cleanse, and purify your bones of all unresolved energies that are ready to leave, be completed and closed now. Witnessing your angels and your guides building the support energetically in your skeletal system. And say it out loud. It is commanded and requested that the frequency of my bones be refined for my highest and best at this time. And that all beliefs, ideas, understandings, perspectives, perceptions, identities, attachments that are incongruent and incompatible with who I am and who I am becoming, be completely resolved, cleared, and cleansed from all aspects of my bones and my skeletal system, from physical to ethereal, discovered or undiscovered, in the highest and best way for myself at this time. Thank you. It's done. Show me. So witnessing your bone marrow being cleaned, purified, just commanding and requesting that all the bones and bony structures in your bodies are mineralized in the highest, best, and healthiest way with all the appropriate ratios, teaching all atoms, cells, and molecules in your body how to appropriately move, utilize, and distribute these minerals in the highest, best, and healthiest way for you at this time. Just having your angels and guides work with your stem cells in your bone marrow, bringing them into their highest, best, and healthiest functioning. Teaching them that they know what it feels like to rejuvenate. They know how to rejuvenate, that it's possible to rejuvenate. They have sources, truth, definition, and value of rejuvenating from the highest perspective. Allowing your spirit to work with any calcifications, deposits of minerals where they should not be or no longer needed. Asking that these be released, cleansed, cleared, purified in the highest, best, and healthiest way. Purifying along with them all beliefs, ideas, understandings, perspectives, or perceptions that are incongruent, incompatible. So the incoming creations as is directed by your soul's directed connection to source. And allowing these to be rid from the body without any signs or symptoms in order to confirm that it's already done. Working with the fascial crystalline matrix in the bones, throughout all layers and levels of tissues, known or unknown, discovered or undiscovered, physical to ethereal, past, present, or future. They're holding any resonance that is no longer compatible with who you are and who you are becoming. Releasing all tension patterns that are appropriate and healthy to be released at this time in the highest, best, and healthiest way. Just commanding and requesting that all self-devaluation conflicts within the bones, bone marrow, skeletal system, anywhere and everywhere where you have devalued yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, energetically, on any layer, aspect, or level of being, known or unknown. Asking that these be resolved to completion with grace, ease, and mercy to the physical and all things affecting the physical, to the ethereal, resolving them on the brain, psyche level, within any organs, tissues, or cells connected, related, or associated to the bones, and any devaluation conflicts, releasing any contracts with those individuals, experiences, timelines, identities, attachments that are no longer relevant, allowing, witnessing your soul, integrating, embodying, and downloading all the lessons, insights, and understandings, perspectives, and realizations that are required to make these changes. And just allowing that in if that feels good to you. Sometimes pain that we feel in the muscles, just this deep aching, especially if you've been feeling that in the week or so before this class. It's actually you psychically feeling things before they complete. You're feeling the magnetic pulling that this class already accomplished ahead of time. So if you're feeling any kind of weird pulling out of your joints, tensions, kind of a low level, like psychic ache, that's what that is. So next time you have joint aches, you can begin to be curious. What is being pulled out of my body? And can I facilitate that? What is the quality of this pain? Your first hint is usually to look at how it makes you feel. Does it make you feel debilitated? Do you feel like you don't have enough wherewithal to do something? What are the qualities that come up when thinking about that pain or feeling that pain? Sometimes it's exhaustion, overwhelm. That's the first layer that you go to in transmuting pain. And beginning to oxygenate the body through the breath. Every inhale, imagining life force energy coming in through the top of your crown, or from all angles and directions into every cell of your body. And just commanding and requesting that as you're breathing this life force energy into your being, that it purifies all that needs to be purified, releases all that needs to be released, moves all energy that is stagnant and requires movement or balance, and stills any energy that is too rapid that needs to calm down, balancing in the highest and best way all aspects of being without you needing to know how to balance anything at all. Every exhale, pulling the energy further into the being, adding density, gravity, filling up the bones. We're going to do this for just a few minutes, breathing every inhale, pulling energy in, every exhale, compacting that energy. And the energy is coded to know exactly where it needs to go. The more dense parts of your body have more holding capacity. Therefore, the bones, the bony structures contain the most amount of light, and you become more ethereal as it emanates out from the bones until it gets into energetic layers that the physical eyes cannot see, expanding out. So with this layered onion understanding, breathing the energy in from all directions, exhaling and compacting that energy into the body in the highest, best, and healthiest way. Revitalizing all the cells, systems, organs in your body. And if there's energy that needs to leave, when you exhale, that will also be able to leave. Noticing how you feel more dense, grounded here. Pulling the energy in on the in-breath. Adding density and gravity. In the exhale. This life force energy that you're breathing in is actually your soul's frequency, and you're just allowing more of it to be here now. Some feelings of claustrophobia can come up. Trigger that feeling as you may not be used to this amount of your soul being contained within one space. You're used to being outside of your body. So being in it feels claustrophobic. Just commanding and requesting that these energies be resolved around claustrophobia, that you know what it feels like to be safe, grounded, and expanded inside the body. That it's okay to be inside the body, and that it's possible to be in the body and expanded simultaneously. That you know what it feels like to be inside the body and expanded simultaneously. The source's truth, definition, and value of being inside the body and expanded at the same time. From the highest perspective. It's teaching your lungs that they know how to bring in spirit, even with this much spirit inside of you already. Commanding and requesting that the extra voltage in your body is perfectly distributed according to your soul's body's template in the highest, best, and healthiest way. And just commanding and requesting that any low-level spirit that has gravitated, been connected to, or attempting to live through your being is released, cleansed, cleared, and purified from all layers and levels of being, physical to ethereal, past, present, and future. That any legal access points are now made illegal. That any contracts, agreements are cleansed, cleared, resolved to completion, and sending these energies back to the light with grace, ease, and mercy. Allowing your soul's direct connection to source to purify, strengthen, and reinforce the connection between the soul and the body in the highest, best, and healthiest way. I'm just downloading for you. I know what it feels like to be in my body. I know that it's possible to be in my body. I have source's truth, definition, and value of being in my body from the highest perspective. I know how to live my daily life in my body. I know how to be inspired and in my body simultaneously. I know what it feels like to be in my body and inspired simultaneously. I have source's truth, definition, and value of being in my body and inspired simultaneously. And just saying out loud to yourself, it is commanded and requested that I witness my bones from source's perspective, and that I am shown in a way that makes sense to me what love, attention, beliefs, or anything that I can send to my bones to strengthen my well-being in the highest and best way at this time. Show me. Just noticing what your bones feel like or what they look like. And be curious. What does what I see mean? The more curious you are about the information that comes in, the more detailed and refined you'll get. And if you're getting nothing, that's okay too. Sometimes the bones can be stubborn. And if you're feeling complete with that, just holding the rest of everyone in the consciousness of victory, seeing others doing well, receiving what they need to receive. The bones are about support, and they can't tell the difference between whether you're supporting yourself or others. And just downloading for you. I know what it feels like to be loved by God. I know how to be loved by God. I know that it's possible to be loved by God. Of sources, truth, definition, and value of what it feels like to be loved by God from the highest perspective. I know how to live without having to suffer. I know what it feels like to live without having to suffer. I know that it's possible to live without having to suffer. I know how to live my daily life without having to suffer. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of how to live without having to suffer from the highest perspective. I know how to live without struggling to be close to God. I know what it feels like to live without struggling to be close to God. I know that it's possible to live without having to struggle to be close to God. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of living without struggling to be close to God from the highest perspective. I know how to live without feeling abandoned by God. I know what it feels like to live without feeling abandoned by God. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of how to live without feeling abandoned by God from the highest perspective. I know how to live without being abandoned by God in my daily life. I do live without feeling abandoned by God. I know how to live without feeling rejected by God. I know what it feels like and that it's possible to live without feeling rejected by God. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of living without feeling rejected by God from the highest perspective. I know how to live without feeling my life was taken from me. I know what it feels like to live without feeling my life was taken from me. I know that it's possible to live my life without feeling my life was taken from me. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of living my life without feeling it was stolen from me. I know how to live without feeling I must do it all by myself. I know what it feels like to live without feeling I must do it all by myself. I know that it's possible to live without feeling I must do it all by myself. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of living without feeling I must do it all by myself from the highest perspective. I know how to live without carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I know that it's possible to live without carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I know how to live my daily life without carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I live my life without carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I know how to live without carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders from the highest perspective. I know how to live without feeling overburdened. I know what it feels like to live without feeling overburdened. I know that it's possible to live without feeling overburdened. I know how to live my daily life without feeling overburdened. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of living without feeling overburdened from the highest perspective. I know what balance feels like. I know that it's possible to live in balance. I know how to live my daily life in balance. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of living in balance from the highest perspective. I know what it feels like to be balanced physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of what it feels like to be balanced physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually from the highest perspective. I know how to live without being a martyr. I know what it feels like to live without being a martyr. I know that it's possible to live without being a martyr. I know how to live my daily life without being a martyr. I understand Creator's definition of money from the highest perspective. It's witnessing your soul's direct connection to source, transmuting any beliefs, ideas, understandings, perspectives, or perceptions around money that are incongruent and incompatible to who you are and who you are becoming. Pulling these from your future self, showing you all the understandings, perspectives, and perceptions that are required at this time in order to move forward. Cleansing, clearing, purifying, releasing any ideas, blocks, barriers, preventing you from accessing the vibration of abundance in any form that is for your highest, best, and healthiest at this time. Collapsing all waves and patterns of abuse. Abuse around money, financial abuse, anywhere and everywhere where you have given away your money in order to receive, anywhere you've been a martyr with money, anywhere and everywhere where you've devalued yourself in relation to money, anywhere and everywhere where you've devalued your power, giving money your power, releasing, cleansing, clearing, purifying all aspects of life, incongruent, incompatible, related or associated to money and to who you are and who you are becoming. I know what it feels like to live with money. I know that it's possible to live with money. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of living with money from the highest perspective. Some of us come from places without money and we don't necessarily understand what that is, why we need it. We have resentment towards having to use it. And just teaching these aspects of your soul, what it feels like to have money, that it's possible to have money, and that they can experience the fullness of their being within the context of money. And that it's not always going to be this way, but for now it is. Receiving from your soul's direct connection to source any inspirations for receiving more money in your life. Knowing that you'll be reminded later after the session of anything that needs to be written down. Know what it feels like to be close to the Creator at all times. I know how to live without the fear of going forward. I know how to live my daily life without the fear of going forward. I know what it feels like and that it's possible to live my daily life without the fear of going forward. I know how to live without the fear of going forward and leaving others behind. I know what Source's love feels like. I know that it's possible to feel Source's love. I know how to live my daily life feeling Source's love. Anywhere and everywhere where you have thought, decided, understood, or mistakenly realized that God, Source, universe, life, love, spirit does not care, love, or support you in any way, remembered or forgotten, discovered or undiscovered, cleansing, clearing, releasing, resolving all aspects of this, and asking that it be replaced in the highest, best, and healthiest way according to your soul's direct connection to Source, and witnessing those packets of information being downloaded in the highest and best way. I know God loves me. I know what it feels like to know that God loves me. I know that it's possible to know that God loves me. I know how to live my daily life knowing God loves me. I have Source's truth, definition, and value of knowing that God loves me from the highest perspective. I live my daily life knowing that God loves me. I feel supported in all that I do. I know what it feels like to feel supported in all that I do. I have Source's truth, definition, and value of feeling supported in all that I do from the highest perspective. I know how to live my daily life feeling supported in all that I do. I am an amazing person. I know what it feels like to feel amazing. I know that it's possible to feel amazing. I know how to live my daily life knowing I'm an amazing person from the highest perspective. I can lift the spirits of those around me. I know what it feels like to lift the spirits of those around me. I know how to live my daily life lifting the spirits of those around me. I know that I don't have to work hard. I know how to lift the spirits of others around me without having to work hard. I know that I lift the spirits of those around me with the source that moves through me that I am now. Just witnessing that integrate across all layers, dimensions, time, and space. Your highest and best. It's pulling, releasing, cleansing, clearing any doubts from the spleen that some of you may be feeling. I know what it feels like to live without doubt. I know that it's possible to live without doubt. I know how to live my daily life without doubt. I have Source's truth, definition, and value of living without doubt. I know how to be totally connected to God. I know what it feels like to be totally connected to God. I know how to live my daily life feeling totally connected to God. I have Source's truth, definition, and value of being totally connected to God. I know how to live my daily life and that it's possible to be totally connected to God and grounded simultaneously from the highest perspective. I know how to live life without panic. I know what it feels like to live life without panic. I know that it's possible to live life without panic. I have Source's truth, definition, and value of living life without panic from the highest perspective. I live my life without panic. I have Source's truth, definition, and value of trusting myself from the highest perspective. And mine is the same. I know with source anything is possible. I know the difference between my feelings and those of someone else. I know that it's possible to differentiate between my feelings and the feelings of others. I know that it's possible to differentiate between my thoughts and the thoughts of others. I know the difference between my feelings and the land that I experience. I know the difference between my feelings and the feelings of my family unit. I know the difference between my feelings and the community around me. I know that it's possible to know the difference between my feelings and the feelings of my community. I'm completely loved by the Creator, by life, by Source, by the universe, by God. I know what it feels like to be loved completely by this. I am this, and I am loved completely by this. Just integrating that across all dimensions, time, and space. I know how to live without fear. I know that it's possible to live without fear. I know what it feels like and how to live my daily life without living without fear. I have Source's truth, definition, and value of living without fear. I know how to have compassion. I know what it feels like to have compassion. I know that it's possible to have compassion. I know how to trust the compassion that I have. I know how to trust when to have compassion, what to have compassion for, how to receive compassion. And I know how to live my life compassionately without being run over by others. I understand Source's interpretation of love. I have Source's truth, definition, and value of Source's interpretation of love from the highest perspective. I know how to be cherished by God. I know what it feels like to be cherished by God. I know that it's possible to be cherished by God. I know how to live my daily life feeling cherished by God from the highest perspective. I know that it's possible to feel compassion for myself. I know how to live my daily life feeling compassion for myself. I have Source's truth, definition, and value of feeling compassion for myself from the highest perspective. I know how to live without being victimized. I know that it's possible to live without being victimized. I know how to live my daily life without being victimized. I know what it feels like to be important to God. I know that it's possible to feel important to God. I know that it's okay to feel important to God. I know that my importance to the Creator doesn't remove the importance that God has in others. I know how to be equal in the eyes of God. I know how to feel confident and equal simultaneously. I know that it's possible to feel confident and equal simultaneously. I know how to feel confident without competition. I know that it's possible to feel confident without competition. I know how to live my daily life feeling confident without competition. I cherish myself. I know what it feels like to cherish myself. I know that it's possible to cherish myself. I know how to live my daily life cherishing myself. I live my life cherishing myself. I know how to live without struggle. I know that it's possible to live without struggle. I have Source's truth, definition, and value of living without struggle. I know how to live without regret. I know that it's possible to live without regret. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of living without regret from the highest perspective. I know how to live without suffering. I know that it's possible to live without suffering. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of living without suffering. I know how to live my life without feeling abandoned by God. I know that it's possible to live my life without feeling abandoned by God. I know how to live my life without feeling rejected by God. I know how to live my life without feeling I have to do everything myself. I know that it's possible to live my life without feeling I have to do everything myself. I know that it's possible to live without feeling overwhelmed. I know how to live my daily life without feeling overwhelmed. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of living without feeling overwhelmed. I am a good friend. I know that it's possible to be a good friend. I know how to be a good daughter. I know how to be a good son. I am a good son. I am a good daughter. Across all dimensions, time and space, throughout all incarnations, releasing, cleansing, clearing, purifying any ideas, beliefs, understandings, perspectives, or perceptions, anywhere and everywhere where you have been told that you were not a good something, character, version of yourself, held in the bones, releasing, cleansing, clearing, purifying all of these frequencies from your harmonic structure down to the bone level. I know that it's possible to live balanced physically. I am balanced physically. I live my daily life balanced physically. I know how to live my daily life balanced mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of moving forward without fear from the highest perspective. I know how to do this, what it feels like, that it's possible, and I do it in my daily life. Releasing, cleansing, clearing, purifying any resentment towards God, Allah, source, spirit, any form, in any lifetime, by any name, pulling, releasing, cleansing, clearing these resentments and resolving them to completion now, down to the bone structure. Oh, replacing it with your soul's direct connection to sources, understanding of love. Love embodied. Anywhere and everywhere where you have hated people, the human race, releasing, cleansing, clearing. I know what it feels like to feel supported in my life. I know how to feel supported in my life. I know that it's possible to feel supported in my life. Sources, truth, definition, and value of feeling supported in my life from the highest perspective. Exhaustion. Just pulling, releasing, cleansing, clearing all exhaustion at the bone level. Releasing any identities, characters, energies, understandings, spirits, perspectives. related or associated to the energy of exhaustion, anything that you're exhausted of being, doing, seeing, knowing, hearing, feeling. It's collapsing all waves and patterns that are related or associated to these, and replacing them in the highest, best, and healthiest way according to your soul's direct connection to source. And just downloading these for you across all dimensions, time and space, and all languages that you speak or have spoken in the highest, best, and healthiest way for you. I am safe and secure. I know what it feels like to feel safe and secure. I know how to be safe and secure. I know that it's possible to be safe and secure. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of trusting in the abundance of the universe from the highest perspective. I'm grounded and connected to the earth. My body is my temple and I honor it. I'm able to meet my basic needs. I know that it's possible to meet my basic needs. I know how to live my daily life meeting my basic needs. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of meeting my basic needs. I am worthy of stability and security. I know how to be worthy of stability and security. I know that it's possible to be worthy of stability and security. I am worthy of stability and security. I have a right to be here and take up space. I know that it's possible to have the right to be here and take up space. And how to live my daily life with the right to be here and taking up space. I am worthy of love and belonging. I know that it's possible to be worthy of love and belonging. I am worthy of love and belonging from the highest perspective. I trust in my ability to thrive. I know how to survive and thrive. I know how to live my daily life surviving and thriving in the highest, best, and healthiest way. I know how to release fear and embrace courage. I know what it feels like to release fear and embrace courage. I know that it's possible to release fear and embrace courage. I know how to live my daily life releasing fear and embracing courage. I know how to be in control of my life and my circumstances in healthy, happy, and balanced ways. I am resilient and capable and able to bounce back from challenges. I know that it's possible to be resilient and able to bounce back from challenges, no matter what comes my way from the highest perspective. I'm capable of making good decisions for myself. I know that it's possible to make good decisions for myself, and I know how, and do this in my daily life with ease. I have a right to set boundaries to protect myself. I know that it's possible to set boundaries to protect myself, and I know how to live my daily life setting boundaries to protect myself in a happy, healthy, and abundant way. I am worthy of financial abundance and prosperity. I know that it's possible to be worthy of financial abundance and prosperity. I'm capable of creating a stable and secure life for myself. I trust in the flow of life. I know how to trust in the flow of life. I know what it feels like to trust in the flow of life. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of trusting in the flow of life from the highest perspective. I have a strong foundation and support system. I know what it feels like to have a strong foundation and support system. I know how to rely on others in a healthy and happy way. I know what it feels like to rely on others from a healthy and happy perspective. I know that I can, and that I can live my daily life with this, with grace, ease, and mercy. I'm capable of achieving my goals and dreams. I know that it's possible to achieve my goals and dreams. I know that my goals and dreams are God's goals and dreams from the highest perspective. I'm capable of handling difficult situations. I know that it's possible to be capable of handling difficult situations. In my daily life, I am capable of handling difficult situations. I'm grounded in my truth and my values. I know that it's possible to be grounded in my truth and my values. I trust in my ability to take care of myself. I know that it's possible to take care of myself. I know what it feels like to take care of myself. I take care of myself. I'm connected to my body and my physical sensations. I know what it feels like to be connected to my body and my physical sensations. I know that it's safe to be connected to my body and my physical sensations. I'm connected to the present moment. I know what it feels like to be connected to the present moment. I know how to be connected to the present moment. I am the present moment. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of being the present moment from the highest perspective. I am open to receiving support and love from others. I know that it's possible to be open to receive support from and love from others. And I live my daily life being open to receiving support and love from others. I'm connected to the earth and the natural world. I know what it feels like to be connected to the earth and the natural world. I know that it's possible to be connected to the earth and the natural world, and that it is safe for me to do so. I'm grateful for the abundance of my life. I know what it feels like to be grateful for the abundance of my life. I know that it's possible to be grateful for the abundance of my life. I'm worthy of respect and dignity. I know what it feels like to be worthy of respect and dignity. I know how to live my daily life worthy of respect and dignity. I know how to command respect and dignity with grace and ease. Just integrating that across all dimensions, time and space. I am capable of taking care of myself emotionally and physically. I know that it's possible to take care of myself mentally, emotionally, and physically, and how to live my daily life. And I do this with ease. I'm deserving of a fulfilling and meaningful life. I'm able to let go of the past and live in the present. Just commanding and requesting that all packets of information related to the past are sent to the past, and all packets of information about the future are sent to the future. Organized in the highest, best, and healthiest way with grace, ease, and mercy to the physical and all things affecting the physical to the ethereal. Cleansing, clearing, purifying the present of anything other than pure awareness that you are now. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of being able to overcome obstacles and challenges from the highest perspective. I'm able to stand up for myself and my beliefs in a happy and healthy way. I'm able to let go of fear and trust in the journey. I know how to let go of fear and trust in the journey. I know that it's possible to let go of fear and trust in the journey. I know how to trust in the journey. I know how to trust in the journey that I am. I trust the journey that I am. I'm capable of building and maintaining healthy relationships. I know that it's possible to build and maintain healthy relationships with ease. I'm capable of finding joy and pleasure in my life. I know that it's possible to find joy and pleasure in my life. I know how to live my daily life finding joy and pleasure in life. I'm worthy of receiving support and care from others. Know that it's possible to receive support and care from others. I'm connected to the flow of energy in the universe. I'm able to channel my energy in positive ways. I'm capable of feeling grounded and centered in my body. It's commanding and requesting that these are integrated across all dimensions, time and space, in all relevant and appropriate layers of the body, the brain, the tissues, the organs, the cells. I'm capable of finding peace and tranquility within myself. I know that it's possible to find peace and tranquility within myself. I'm worthy of rest and relaxation. I know what it feels like to be worthy of rest and relaxation. I know how to relax and rest. I'm able to find balance in my life. I know what it feels like to find balance in my life. I know how to be balanced in my life. I know how to express myself authentically and honestly with grace and ease. I know how to connect with others on a deep level. I know that it's possible to connect with others on a deep level. I know how to live my daily life connecting with others on a deep level. I know how to live my daily life finding fulfillment in my work and my passions, connected to my intuition and inner wisdom. And I am capable of making a positive impact in the world with these in the highest, best, and healthiest way. I am capable of achieving inner peace and fulfillment with grace and ease. I know that everything happens for a reason even if we don't understand it at the time. I know that it's possible to live my daily life knowing this. I know how to relax into this. I know how to trust this that I am. I know that I am capable of handling whatever life brings me. I know how to be capable of handling anything life hands me. I am worthy of love and respect just as I am. I know what it feels like to live my daily life worthy of love and respect just as I am. I know how to trust. I know how to trust that life is guiding me. I know that it's possible to live my daily life trusting that life is guiding me. I know how to let go of attachment to outcomes and expectations in a healthy and happy way. I am safe and secure at all times. I know what it feels like to feel safe and secure at all times. I know that it's possible to feel safe and secure at all times. I have sources, truth, definition, value, feeling safe and secure at all times from the highest perspective. I have sources, truth, definition, and value of living foundationally. I know what it feels like to live foundationally, that it's possible to live foundationally. I have a strong foundation. I know how to build a strong foundation. I know how to receive the strong foundation that I am now. I know what it feels like to live with rootedness. I know that it's possible to live with rootedness and how to live my daily life with rootedness. I know how to connect and be connected with others. It's commanding and requesting anywhere and everywhere where tribal mentality, understanding, perspectives, or perceptions are incongruent and incompatible with who you are and who you are becoming. Resolving thinking, completing any tribal resentments contained in the DNA, down to the bone level, releasing all the shame, releasing all primal fears ready to be completed, resolved. Charging your body, your bones with the energy of endurance, resiliency, solidity, balancing your body's capacity for power and strength with relaxation and recharging. I know how to live my life, preserving rest and relaxation. Anywhere and everywhere where you have lived without the permission to unwind and de-stress, releasing, resolving these. Mm. And just working with the tailbone, the root chakra, and just speaking to yourself that is commanded and requested. I am shown the quality, the capacity, the beauty, and any areas of strengthening required, related or associated to my root chakra. Show me. And calling in for yourself any support in these areas. How can you pray for support? And if you don't know, ask, show me what support I can offer myself, that I can pray for myself. What support can I pray for that I couldn't even dream of asking to receive for myself? It's a very powerful prayer. And just coming back, giving yourself some time